Hello, and welcome to another episode of Christine's Coloring and Crafts. I'm Christine, and coming at you today with Who Wants to Finish the Set? For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. And for those of you who are watching me again and again and again, thank you. I love everyone equally, but thank you for coming back. Thank you so much. Anyway, I'm blue. So just a little bit, I've been dyeing toy parts. We're getting ready to do a bird toy making session at our local bird store. But y'all know me, I have full set syndrome. And my Amazon store card points came in. So I finished, we're finishing off the set of the Erogeton, or let's call them the Encyclopedia pencils. Now, of course, I've already opened up. These are volumes 1, 2, and 3. And I have sharpened them, but I haven't really taken a look at them. So this is volume 1. This will be the pale tones. We've got Orchid Pink, Coral Pink, Shell Pink, finally some pinks. Narcissus, Lettuce Green, Ice Green, Aqua, Forget-Me-Not Blue, Lilac, and Pigeon Gray. And we'll go ahead and swatch these here today. And then we will work on those, using those in different books later. Quit running away, little pencils. Something I didn't notice, and I'm going to have to check the other two encyclopedias. This is kind of cheap. I don't think it's like that in the other two. I don't know. In the other two sets. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's something new they're doing. I don't know, but I was just like, what the heck is this? Alright, so let's get on here with Lilac. And I use a lot of different thingies. I know, let's find something that's easier to... The pad is nice, but it's not very firm. So it's hard to color on it. There we go. And I know I use a lot of different sheets. I got this from a free download from thecoloringtimes.com. And so I'll leave the link below. If you're interested in downloading it. But that's thecoloringtimes.com. And Sibeli Cerrone in 2020. I'm probably saying that name wrong. But I guess that's the person who came up with this. And they did a really lovely job, I think, putting them in color order and making this whole sheet for us, and then making it free. Shell Pink. That sounds familiar. Shell Pink. I wonder who else has a Shell Pink. Couldn't it be the Holbeins and the Brutfuners, right? And this Shell Pink is definitely a lot different than the Holbeins and Brutfuner. It's more of a peachy color. It's pretty, but it's peachy. And then who's this little guy? We've got Pigeon Gray. I kind of like the names. And I zoomed in a little bit today, so hopefully everything is still visible. If not, I'm going to be awful sad that I just did this entire thing without checking. I don't even know if I can check. Yeah, I can see. Okay. Got to kind of sit up there a little bit. Yeah, they even go in the thing different. Like they roll around really, okay. They were rolling around really easy. I promise they were. Ha! Alright, then we're going to have Coral Pink, which is right here. I kind of like this type of swatch sheet. I wish we had this. I wish I could find some swatch charts that had just the circle thing for my markers and stuff. I feel like I'm just wasting marker ink. Marker and pen ink. Narcissus when I use the bigger ones. Though, guys, you can't really complain. When it's free, it's free. And you can resize it if you're smart. Unlike me, I'm not smart enough to figure out how to resize it right. You could resize it smaller when you get them off of the coloringbliss.com one. But anybody who takes the time out to make a swatch chart, I really appreciate it. Free or paid. because let me tell you, I took a crack at it myself for my Ohuhu marker sets, because I have a mixed batch of Ohuhu marker sets. It was a disaster. Lettuce green. I mean, overall, I made it work, but it took days and a lot of bad words. And yeah. And in the end, the print underneath is so tiny I can barely read it. I should have done it better. And this one is Orchid Pink. At least now we know where most of the pinks are hidden. I mean, there's pinks in every set, but we know where all the good ones are hidden in the first set. You know, and I've noticed an uptick in the encyclopedia pencils being bought lately. Maybe we're all getting interested in them at the same time. Especially since it said they're wax pencils, wax-based pencils. Ice green for this one. Hey, that one's also a Holbein in Fruiter 1. But anyway, ice green. I already lost my train of thought. Choo-choo. But anyway, on the uptick of these, maybe it's because they're a waxed-based pencil. That looks so much like turquoise. It's different, but it does. But they're a little bit harder than most wax-based pencils. And Forget-Me-Not blue. And so far on the different types of paper I've used them on, they're a little bit more forgiving than like the Black Widows are. Although you definitely get way more colors than the Black Widows. And I actually am kind of interested in using these with the Black Widows. See how they combine here. So that is volume number 1. And trust me, it was really hard not to review the pencils while I was sharpening them. I was trying to watch a video just to keep my eyeballs off of them, because these were the ones that really caught my eye. Was the volume 2, the vivid tones. Look at those, they're beautiful. Although I'm pretty sure that's a black. Oh yeah, we got a black. But cherry red, tangerine, orange, dandelion, chartreuse green, parrot green. There's a lot of pencils with parrot green, and a couple with pink, peacock blue, kingfisher. I am not even going to try to say that word. Come on now. Lapis lazuli. Might as well. Iris violet and ivory black. Okay, so first one here that I'm picking up is the chartreuse green. Let's see if it's as chartreusey as Prismacolors. No, actually, the neon green is more closer to Prismacolors chartreuse. Well then, go with your bad self. And then here's Iris Violet. Do, 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 do. Oh, you know me and my purples. I love them all. All of them. Give me all the purple colors. Even if they all look exactly alike, I'll take them. Oh, and why does this one feel so much buttery soft? So more softer than the other pencils, I wonder. Oh, and here's my dandelion. Oh, that's pretty. It's kind of like a really bright yellow with maybe just a hint of orange. So a hint of red. Speaking of reds with colors that don't belong, tell you a little story about the bird toys. Cherry red is the next one we're doing here. Or the dyeing of the toy parts for the toys we're going to be making on Sunday for our local bird store, which, trust me, I've been going to this store for 20 years, 22 years, 23 years, 20 some. My kids were in diapers. Anyway, one of my kids was still in diapers. And then this is tangerine orange. Now I know how to mix colors. When it comes to food coloring, when you're going to dye your bird toy parts, You want to use food grade food coloring for it. Some people use like cake dyes and stuff like that. I don't have any experience with those, but I do have experience with the big three primaries: the red, the blue, and the yellow, and then making your own colors by combining them. Here's ivory black, or diluting them. You know, I mean, you can make a large range of colors. You really can out of just those three. But the lady who runs the store, her parents own it. I guess she's part owner now. If she watches this video, please don't kill me. We're just going to call you the family owner because the family owns the business. Anyway, and then Kingfisher. She was saying that for some reason they couldn't make purple with the red and the blue. It kept coming out muddy, which tells me somebody has yellow in it. So I've decided to go ahead and experiment a little with the red and the blue and see who it was. And it is the red. The red dye that they got, for some reason, has a lot of yellow in it. And that's why they were not able to make purple. I mean, they got big gallon jugs of this stuff. And whoever the maker of that stuff was definitely didn't intend for anybody to be able to make purple. Because the jug clearly states, this is the lapis lazuli color, that it is red. The jug clearly states it is red. That is kind of like a purple blue, purpley blue. And you can clearly tell because I put it in a stainless steel bowl, so it kind of like clings to sides of it for a second before moving. And there we go. I was like, no wonder it's coming out mud. I made black, peacock blue. I mean, so if you want to have Halloweeny toys, which isn't a bad thing, I wouldn't mind making some Halloweeny type toys. Those two colors are the go-to because they are going to make black. Blackish brown, easily. Alright, and then we have Parrot Green, which goes right here. And we all had to kind of laugh because I was like, purple is not hard, and this lady is not stupid by any means. So, and I watch, you know, now I know most of the employees and some of the volunteers there to help care for the birds and also make toys for them. I'm like, none of these people appear to be stupid. So something's got to be wrong with that dye. And yeah. I was like, well, I cheated them on that dye. And this is the last set. It'll be volume 3. It's got crimson, chestnut brown, autumn leaf. There's a lot of sets with the name autumn leaf. Maple sugar, olive yellow, elm green, forest green, midnight blue, mulberry, and some people say taupe, some people say taupe, some people say tape. We're just going to say toupee. We're going to call it toupee. Here's chestnut brown. I'm looking forward to seeing what the autumn leaf looks like because I have several sets where autumn leaf is kind of a red color, a reddish brown. I have sets where it's kind of a brownish orange, but you could definitely tell it's a more orangey color. Sets where it's kind of even good for a skin tone. We'll see about this one. This one's mulberry. Guys, I can't tell you how satisfying it is to go ahead and satisfy that full set syndrome that I got going on. I had completely forgot about my Prime Store card points that I was going to get to. You get rewards. It's usually 5% on the purchases that qualify, which even though I work for the bank that finances that card, I'm a little fuzzy on what qualifies. Apparently I qualified with a lot of stuff. Autumn leaf here. Excuse me. Ooh, it is a brownish tone, but with a slight orange tinge to it. Okay. But anyway, I had triple digit points, so I decided there was some household stuff I needed really, really bad. So I got that. Maple sugar is next here. And then I got some, and there's a bunch of supplies that I got off of Prime Days too, and that I also use my points on for the group home that my sister lives at. Olive yellow is next. Why they call it olive yellow, I don't know, because it's green. But anyway, I got like, on Prime Days, I got like a latch hook set for one of the ladies there who was like, oh, coloring's okay, and I like color by number, but I really like latch hook. So I got her a latch hook kit. So, because I want everyone to be able to participate at the table. Here's forest green. And I want us all to have a good time. The table has gotten packed. We're going to need 2 tables now. And I don't think I'm going to be the one that gets to color anymore. It started out with just me, my sister, and one of the other residents. And now it's like a whole table of everybody smashing pencils and stuff. It's great. A little scary because I know I'm going to have to keep buying pencil sets, but it's the cheap pencil sets. No, I don't care. Midnight blue is next. But I got her a latch hook set. I did order the set of, I thought it would be fun to see if the kids, I call them kids, but they're adults, if the residents would have a good time with these particular pencils. But they didn't really care either way. They just wanted to color. I got the 24 set of Prismacolor Cool Erase pencils. Here's the toupee. And I thought they might enjoy having pencils that they can use to erase, but so far there's not much interest. They're still in the case for coloring in case somebody does decide to get some interest. Elm green here. But I also got, let's see here, I did get a new case, one that was like half price, so I could put my Castle Arts gel pens in. I was thinking about just selling them or trading them for something of, similar value. Sorry, I had to get a drink. And then here's crimson. But changed my mind at the last minute because one of the residents says they really love gel pens, and they had been using my gel pens, and since I had found that case for like half price, and it had little unicorns on it and such, and I knew it would hold just as many gel pens as it would pencils, I decided to go ahead and pack it full of the gel pens and give those to her. And she was very, very happy to have the case and the gel pens, and she likes that the case has a little pocket for her phone. And then of course I got some extra coloring books, and I didn't include the stuff in the haul, mostly because not all of it had gotten here yet, but also it's not part of my haul, you know what I mean? It's part of a group home thing, and since I can't really bring my sister over a lot because of the stairs, and we just haven't raised the money to get her a ramp, I bring the home to her, kind of. So I sit next to her, and she was really happy yesterday. She was just really so tickled pink yesterday. So I think she's actually liking it a lot, especially since that table is so full of people surrounding her and so happy to be with not only me but with her. Carrie, they're associating my sister Carrie with happiness, and so that's bringing joy to her too. But here is our entire set of encyclopedia pencils. Looking forward to seeing what I could do with these guys. It's got a good variety of colors. I'm always disappointed in just about every set I get that we don't have enough oranges. I mean, there's basically, if you don't count the neons, one. The dandelion could kind of go in there because it's an orangey yellow, but we'll make it work. And no dark oranges. I think we'll make it work. It's 90 pencils, so you can't really expect a ton. Anyway, a couple other things we have here. Let me get the books out. I did not get them out for the video. That's terrible. I'm sorry, guys. Ocean. Where's autumn? Easter. Romantic. Ocean. Winter. Spring. Everybody but autumn, right? There's autumn. So I had been messing with the Master's Touch pencils. And I have, here's the swatch sheet from it. And well, sucker moves when you put some weight on it. I mean, it's only 48 colors. It's even less than the encyclopedia pencils. But not enough light colors. I mean, there's a light yellow and then a lemon yellow, which is pretty light to go with the yellows. See, every other set I've had, sienna is a brown, not a peach. And how's peach pink? So not a lot of good tricolors here. So overall, so far, I am not frustrated or angry and not even disappointed. I'm just a little like meh over the Master's Touch 48 set. It is the largest set they have. I did try looking up for any information on the set, whether they were considered wax-based or oil-based. They do feel a lot like the Castle Arts gold pencils, and they actually mixed with them quite well too. There's just not a lot of variety in here. Not like what you would expect even from just for 48 set of professional grade pencils. I mean, silver gray, I don't even know why they call it silver gray and why they call this light gray when it's still dark, number one. Number two, it is very green toned. So I think a lot of the colors are misnamed. That is not a burgundy. And vermilion is always more orange than that. But anyway, I've used this one first. And I wanted to, of course, I'm sure the page just powed at you because I watercolored the background because I was done using these pencils here on this particular paper. Oh no! One of my little sparklies. Something nice that Deborah Mueller puts into her, well, now it's stuck on me, puts into her paints is pretty little sparklies. Little extra bling. But anyway, I did this page. Did I even... Oh yeah, I finished it on the 25th of July. And then I was just playing with her paints. I mean, I already knew I wanted to do the stars in her paints, but the rest of the background I had not planned on doing at all. But then I was like, let's play. It's all glittery and pretty, so let's play. Anyway, in this particular paper, the pencils were very frustrating. They didn't want to, go on the paper smoothly. They didn't want to mix and combine very well. They were very frustrating. You had to do a lot of work, and I ended up using a Prismacolor white to kind of like help out a little bit. There was nothing I could do for her skin. I used several different colors. I know sienna was one, and apricot. There was two others. I think, okay, peach was another, and I think the rose Why is everybody gotta make it so funny for me on these videos? But yeah, it didn't combine very well. And I just, overall, it's okay, especially since, you know, I was just so frustrated with pencils that it just didn't matter. I'm just gonna play with my watercolors, blah, 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 in the book at the end. So that part did come out fun, and it's so sparkly. And that picture's also on my Instagram. Yeah, words are hard. But then I got 50 autumn miniatures out because I was just in the mood to do an autumn type page. Sorry, I wet it down after I did the distressed inks. And this is the page where I combined it with the Castle Arts Gold to add light colors where I needed them. And in some cases, darker colors as well. They are a lot easier on this paper. They do blend better. They do combine, you know, together a lot easier. They really went with the Castle Arts Golds very well. And then, of course, I had to play with some of the new colors of the distressed oxides I got, along with an older color because, you know, blue sky. I see skies of blue. But overall, I liked it on the Amazon paper a lot better than I did on the paper from the manga and Chibi's books, or manga, however you guys want to say it. But I figured we would try using them, and only them today, on another book and see what becomes of that. And it's just going to be a quick little color here because I got Joanna Basford's World of Flowers out, and you know my little practice page. Get myself situated. And we're going to do this little flower here today. And then, of course, the way I got these labeled, since again they don't have numbers and they don't have names, is as I was picking them up from the tray, I just put a little piece of tape around them and wrote the name on there. Some of them I didn't write the full name, but you know, I wrote what I could recognize. We're going to start off nice and easy with the deep yellow here, and then just do these centers. I just want to see, because a lot of times, even though I'll have books with smoother paper on them, I find like the Joanna Basfords and the Maria Trolle, and the Hannah Carlzon books react a little bit differently than the other super smooth papers. Alright, go do the leaves and the stem here. And I'm going to go ahead and put a pin in between those so they're not rolling around. So we've got, and this is just normal green. That's going to be my dark color. That's another thing too. They gave us these beautiful, you know, olivey, yellow greens, but they didn't really give us a good, I mean, there's just barely a difference between deep green and olive green. And then there's tea green. And I suppose apple green could go with that too if you really wanted to make it. But I don't know. I just like more variety. Here we go. So far they're not bad. They are a little bit crummy. Not crummy, you know, like Prismacolor crummy. Which makes me wonder if they are actually wax based, but you know, Castle Arts Golds do the same thing. They actually feel, in this small instance, it feels pretty good going down on the paper. Right, then we're going to have light green, which is a misnomer because it's more of a medium green. And I'm not trying to do a leaf tutorial or anything like that. I am not that kind of colorist. But if you could see going down, it's a little bit more bluey. More of a bluish green than it is a yellowish green. It does feel good though. Going down here on the paper. I think I might like them in the Johanna Basford books, that's for sure. We'll try them on a larger paper, especially with the golds. And have to try them with the Black Widows too. There we go. I mean, really, they're not bad pencils. They're more budget set type pencils, in my mind. And then, of course, the last one I'm using here is Apple Green. They don't really blend out that well. One thing I have found, though, if you like smushing rather than layering, these are the pencils for you, but only get them if they're on sale. Please do not pay $60 for these pencils. They are not $60 quality pencils. If you can get them for under $30, then you're doing good. Or right around $30, which is, I'm pretty sure, what I paid for them. I mean, you could do layers. Here, let me do this. Create a little shadow there. But really, you can also, like what I just did, I just smushed them down on the paper. And that's honestly really how I'm going to tell if I like the pencils on the paper or not. How do they smush down on the paper? Most of the times. Like the polychromos, I don't like them on this paper. I don't like them on this paper at all. I don't really care for them on Amazon paper either. I use them on my Nina paper and my Spring Hill paper and my where in the world is my brush? There it is, paper. You can tell I've used this brush for a long time. The bristles are all over the place. There's various pinks and greens and blues and yellows. It used to be white. So there we go. And then I decided, since I've gone with so many flowers in here that are in purple combos, I am going to go ahead and do a pinkish combo, as pink as I can get. And then the first one I'm going to use is called Wineberry. There we go. Anyway, I'm kind of glad that even after I returned to work, we could still do Coloring Wednesday. Although we're going to come up with a better name from that, because Coloring Wednesday just doesn't really have a ring to it. Wacky Wednesday. It's definitely not Whip Wednesday, because we're at a group home and nobody cares about whips there. They just care about coloring. And there's one cute little guy. He comes all... I mean, I'm sure he says other words, but maybe he's a little nervous since he doesn't know me that well yet. All he says is, hey. And that's all he needs to say. Next color will be pink. And I am on the ball picking him out some pages and some pencils to color with. And these guys have all given me so many pages to put on my fridge. I don't have enough magnets, and I don't have any room left. And I have a big fridge. And plus, one of the residents made... The noise you hear is the cat bringing her toy, her favorite toy. And one of the residents made me a beautiful beaded necklace. She said it was for my birds. But it's not bird safe, and I am not going to tell her that I'm not going to give it to my birds because it's not bird safe. I just told her it is You really gonna play with that in here? Really? Your little weasel? You are adorable. But anyway, I told her I would actually like to keep it as a necklace because it's really pretty. And then the last color is peach, but I doubt it's definitely not peach, and it looks more like pink. Really? Meow. Meow. No, you can't come up here. I love you though. Yeah, I love you. Who's a pretty cutie? She's got the softest little meow. Even when you accidentally step on her and she yowls, it is the softest. I could barely hear it. Now, granted, I am half deaf in one ear, but still. Meow. Meow. What, you want attention because mommy's making a video? Well, the look they get on their faces when you blow on raspberries is hilarious. Like, what the heck are you doing? Human. Human! I don't know what she's going to do when I get started back at work. But yeah, they've made me a beaded necklace, basically. And I've got it up here. The same lady made this really cute, I call it a pen or pencil holder. I don't know what she had in mind when she was making it. Probably the same thing. I've only got a couple of pencils in it right now. But look at that. Isn't that cute? She, glued the pieces together and painted it and everything. And so I've started putting pencils and pens and stuff in there. And it's going to be on my desk. There we go. Put it back on the desk for work time. I'll have, because I do use pens and pencils. I like to, when I'm talking to some customers who don't appreciate the mute button like I do, I just write the words down that I would like to say. Sometimes. A lot of the times. Other times, though, I will sit there while I'm listening to a customer being rude. I will write things I am grateful for, and it keeps me in a good mood. And then it helps keep, things sane on the phone call. I've done that before. Because you can't color all the time. As much fun as coloring is, you can't color all the time, especially when people are yelling at you and you might be wanting to make the picture actually look nice and you just don't want to because you're mad. Like, why are you yelling at me? I just work here. I don't make these rules. That's something that always astounds me when people call companies. You're talking to even us managers, quote unquote, the person you get when you have decided to ask for a manager. We're not really managers. I mean, part of our title is manager, sure. But being as that we're still hourly employees and not salaried, we're not managers. And then when you ask, here's another little thing I'm going to tell you, a little secret. When you ask for my manager, 9 times out of 10, you are getting another non-salaried employee. Especially at night. Because guess what? The salaried employees go home while the rest of us, or they get out. We're working home. I'm going to use my Prismacolor to help blend these in a little bit. But the actual salary employees don't work at night. There's like maybe 2. The new ones. They get stuck with all of us weirdos. There we go. Now that wasn't so bad. So I think I might like this in the Joanna Basford books. We'll have to pick us out a picture, a bigger picture to, let me secure this because I got my fan on. It'll blow that away like it always does. Here we go. I like to date them, so I know at least when I did them. And I really like this book too. I need to finish that page. I had such a fun time though doing the distressed inks. I was experimenting on this page, which I probably shouldn't have done because I love the page actually. Seeing how well pencils go down on top of distressed inks. Not very well by the guy. I didn't like that. Not really. But there are so many, like I want to do this, but I want to get better with my watercolors first because I want to use the gold color in that Deborah Mueller made on the branches. I think it would look so pretty for that gold to just kind of outlay around from one end to the other here, and then a little bit of gold here and a little bit of gold in here. I need to get more precise and better with the watercolor before I do that. And then just make these flowers just really be beautiful, which means I gotta practice more on other pages of flowers, in which there's plenty of pages of flowers to practice on here. I mean, I really love this book. I need to finish that guy. He's been sitting there for forever. Anyway, I really love World of Flowers. I can see why quite a few colorists are just fascinated by it. But that is the third different type of paper I have used these Master's Touch on. So overall, my thoughts on Master's Touch is that if you've already got pencils and they're not on sale, don't get them. If you're a pencil collector and they're on sale and you just want to add some crazy pencils to your collection, then yeah, but they would have to be on sale for 40-50% off. I would prefer 50%. So it's not something I would buy again, and in fact they may end up, since they are a bit of a harder pencil, but they do have a good color, and there are 48 of them, they may end up replacing some of the pencils that the residents at the group home use up. In which I've already brought, this is the case I got for the pencils and a few other things, like my wrist thing, and I believe, okay, my eyeglass cleaner. I could have swore I put an extra mask in here, because you still have to, yep, there it is. You still have to wear a mask in there, which is no big deal. I don't know how the employees do it for 8 hours a day, because it is hot in that room. It's warm, or it's cool in the hallways and in the residence rooms, but for some reason in that cafeteria style room, it is hot in there. Let me flatten this out a little bit more. That's not going to flatten out. But anyway. Now, I keep a hold of this because I have my Arteza gel pens in them, and I have my stuff that I'm going to use, which I love the Residents. They are not using my Luminance and my Prismacolors. No. That's a negative ghostwriter. Right now, excuse me. Although they do use sub Prismacolors, they're going to be using these. They didn't use them as much as I thought they would. They really weren't that fascinated by colored pencils that could erase themselves. I guess that's just a me thing. But we bring them out into the table. But right now they're using Amazon Basics and some of the Sargent Arts pencils that I got from my mom's estate when she passed away. Oh, I missed a pencil. This is the kind of thing that they do to the pencils. They did not break the tip. They just colored that hard. There we go. And it doesn't really need to be a tip like that, but my electric pencil sharpener is just handy at that. And one of the young ladies there, she really loves purple. This is what's left of my Amazon Basics purple. But they have fun. It's giggles. There was one girl there that has been there in the room, you know, in the cafeteria style room, several times, but she had not really participated before, and she did participate yesterday. Oh, and she has such an infectious and cute laugh. If you're not comfortable or familiar with people with disabilities, the look on her face says serial killer, but I promise she's not a serial killer. And her giggles were just so cute, and her laugh was just adorable. And she actually, I don't know if she is a big talker or not when I'm not there, because I'm only there a couple of hours every Wednesday. But she was so talkative during, you know, group color time. We have to come up with a name. In the comments below, if you have any suggestions of what to call our Wednesday group, leave it down there, because I'm at a loss at what to name it. Oh, shoot. But hey, hopefully you guys found this video informative and fun, and thank you so much for joining. Please hit the like button. Does really help. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. And we'll do some color alongs here soon. Especially, I want to especially do a color along with the Erogetans, the encyclopedias, the encyclopedia pencils. I think I actually said the name right. But everyone have a wonderful, colorific day, and take care of yourselves. I love you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.